the games begin.
I'm about to the Daily Dirt with Dustin Diggs. The Daily Dirt with Dustin Diggs.
All right, welcome to a special podcast. I say that every time, but this is a special podcast because I actually look up to this person because I'll tell you what, when we started the network, they were already doing their thing. Mr. Justin Kickett's here from MyCityMyMusic. Now, you know, I've heard of you for the longest time, and I finally got to meet you like this year. I've like heard people talk about you. I've been down to your studio when Tweezy was working it, but I've never ran into you till like this year.
Are we talking or are we using sign language?
Well, you can talk if you want.
Talk it to the mic. Don't sit back in the chair so far.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll talk. Use my inside voice.
It goes a little further.
Use my outside voice.
Yeah, so
inside voice, outside voice. Trial and error.
Yeah. But kind of like so I've always like, you know, heard about MyCityMyMusic, and so that's why I always want to get you on. How did it come about? Were you influenced by radio, influenced by podcasting? Like what got you to start MyCityMyMusic?
Oh, yeah, that's a very good question. I've worked in basically all elements of the music industry. So, I mean, I started off and still am a rapper. So that's kind of where I do that for fun. But I got some new material coming out.
Oh, yeah?
But I'm not making a career out of it.
What was your rap name?
It's just same one, Justin Kickett.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I don't need any fancy MPSB 97 MCMRWX 95.
Yeah.
All these rappers these days are all like not even real names. They're all numbers and numbers and letters and everything. But I mean, so I'd done that, then I got into production, so I was recording other artists. And I'm like, man, that's a lot of work, and these people aren't even prepared. Then number one, a lot of the rappers nowadays aren't very good anyway, no offense, or maybe. If you're not a good rapper, then hopefully you know. If not, someone's got to tell you. Don't be sugarcoating the stuff now.
I noticed that because when I started the podcast, I had so many people on, and I didn't know much about music, but I could tell after a while what was good and what wasn't. So yeah.
Yeah, well, in your opinion, of course.
Yeah,
I mean, some people love it, some people hate it, but don't tell me it's good if it's not.
Right.
I tend to get sidetracked too, so if I get off track, let me know. So then I was doing production, and then I showcases, right? Local artist showcases and stuff. I was doing those once a month and making flyers. And
what year was this going on?
Well, I started radio in 14, so it was probably 2012, 2013.
Okay.
That's when I was doing concerts for a while, and it's like, yeah, but I mean, I did it for everybody else, right? You don't throw an event for yourself, right? I mean, do you? I don't think so. I mean, you do it for the community, for the movie. You did the film festival, right? You did that for the film community. You don't do it for, I mean, yeah, if you can, I guess, make money off it, of course, but in the bottom line, you do it for the community, whatever it is. So I was doing all these showcases, and then it was just the artists, maybe they weren't very good. Of course, they don't want to pay to perform. They don't want to sell tickets. They don't have any fans, and they want to get and perform. And I'm like, yeah, that's great and all, but in the end of the day, I got to pay for the venue, pay for security, pay for the DJ, do all that. And then I'd be lucky to concerts, or you show success by how many people are there, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But radio, you could have one person or tune in or 5 people tune in. Either way, you're still doing you. Right. That's the way I look at it. So no more concerts, and then I kind of migrated toward toward radio after that. If you want to, I guess we'll dig down where we dig.
Yeah, we're digging
right
in
the dirt.
So
I'm digging in the dirt. Give me a shovel.
Because I always like to figure out the process because I had my own way of how I got here where I'm at. Not that that's great, but I always wonder how other people got started, and I always fascinated with My City, My Music and how the idea came about. So you're recording artists, and then were you figuring out how to do like promotions? Because I think the biggest problem in St. Louis with all these artists is they don't know how to promote themselves. You're just saying that how they don't bring people to the venues. They just don't know how to.
They don't know how, or they don't want to invest in themselves either way.
One of the two, yeah.
Or just stick with being a studio artist. I mean, it's a lot of work. If you do it right, if you're a real artist, you A, need a manager, or B, make it pretty much a full-time job.
Yeah.
And social media is not the only kind of promotion. I get a lot of those physical flyers too. When you go to events or venues and everything, it's physical too. So, I mean, that's the whole gray area. And as far as promotion, you pretty much need, that's a full-time position as well. You could hire somebody to, I mean, I'm guilty of that. I don't really promote myself as much as I guess I could maybe, but I got the kids and all that and running all these radio shows, and it's really, I don't have a lot of me time. And that's another thing why I stopped being an artist instead of focusing on me,